Hey everybody, it's the coach here in Orlando, getting you set for this edition of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Los Angeles Chargers. With that, let's get out to Dignity Health Sports Park in Southern California as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll drop the throw. He is going to find Hill here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave him, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here come the Chargers with a long field ahead of them. Leading them out will be the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 29, the dynamic Steve Young.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Come. Shoot.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Mostert. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Mostert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mostert. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is Mostert. And he powers his way up past the 30.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further. Further towards the sideline, really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The 3rd down throw incomplete by Steve Young.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mostert. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Here's Steve Young. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Ray Guy now, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Back out now comes Washington's offense, and if you do a dive into the 2019 season, you know that things just not so rosy in the nation's capital football-wise for the Redskins. 3, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Looking to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. Hill shedding the tackle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Good job.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great one.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over, yet they are human. Humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And he's going to go down again.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big 3-point play right there, couldn't it?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. From the 36, Young, man open, that's Terrell Owens. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 42. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Young now. That one complete to Okoye. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a 1st down throw for Young. Out to his left. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for the Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they try the right side here. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. He'll look to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Raheem Mostert. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Redskins Down by 11, a minute 14 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up,
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. On the ground, it's Lynch. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They're going to look to throw. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Set 70, Indy.
It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. Alert 3.
You're out.
Alert
2.
Young here to throw. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
Mark, let it. Hey, look at me. Go, go. Let go.
Young will set to throw. That is caught by Moss for a Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners
Yeah.
who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.